that when you do what you do as you, it shows who you are, and that's what we're connecting to. That's what everybody's connecting to. It's your personality. And everybody's going to move different. The thing with movement really goes back to this idea of like 55% of communication is what we see, you know? And so anything that like we talk about in terms of movement, it's going to be it's this balance. It's like this balance of like, okay, I'm doing something I don't normally do or I'm not super comfortable doing, but at the same time, I'm going to do it my way, the thing how would I do it? So there's always this like hesitancy, but okay, I think I can do that. If it's just me, then how can I not be me, So finding that balance is what movement is all about in terms of comfort and how you approach it. You're always going to be doing so. In our minds, when we're up here and we're doing something, it always feels huge, right? Like even if all I do is this, man, I moved a lot, But to them, it's like, yeah, okay, get on with it. Meaning like, that doesn't visibly look like you're doing a ton. But to us, because we're doing it, it feels like a lot, right? So there's this kind of idea about movement in general that you're always going to, at least in the first process, the first steps of it, the process, is it's going to feel uncomfortable because it's much bigger, or in order to get the result of the visual of them seeing it going, oh, I get it, it's always going to feel huge to us, especially at the beginning, until you sort of get to the place where you're going, oh, okay, I get what this is about now. Unless I do this, this doesn't look the same, right? And even though it feels huge to us if we haven't been doing anything, to the person standing behind the microphone stand all of their life, taking a step to one side feels like, oh my God, what am I doing? Because it's like anything is huge. So as you're doing this stuff, just remember that as you move, it's going to feel, and let me just say this, there's no point in all of my time working with you guys, however long that may be, that I desire to make you look bad. That's my goal. I want to make you look like an idiot, So a lot of this stuff, you're going to feel like that's my goal. I promise you it is not. I can't do this. I'm going to look like an idiot, I can't remember if I told the story. I think I did. Tom, this guy I used to work for, he worked with a Southern gospel vocal group one time. Did I tell that story? You guys remember that? So it was 4 guys, and they're all wearing matching pink leisure suits. Right? Yeah. And so their norm was they all 4 just stand in the center and sing, and that's what they did. And so Tom had this idea, okay, what if we put the 4 of them together, but then we'll have a chance they're going to, like there was, I can't remember if there were stands or handhelds or some combination of them. But at any rate, Tom said, all right, the guy who's singing lead on this part, and this guy goes, I am, so he says, well, how about if you just walk forward when you're singing that one line, right? And the rest of you guys, since you're not singing, just stand there. All right? So we'll help the congregation, your audience, see who's singing. And that movement is all you got to do. So he had, this is back in the day when they had cassette tapes, right? So he goes, hit it! He goes, and the guy that goes to sing it and he stays there, doesn't move. And so this, anyway, long story short, it happens again 3 times, and finally Tom goes, okay, I'm not sure if I'm communicating clearly, but what I was thinking was that when you start singing, you actually move up here. Is there, what are you guys feeling uncomfortable? What's going on? Because you're not doing it. And one of the guys goes, we thought that would make us look goofy. Tom's saying to himself, the fact that you're wearing matching pink leisure suits is not what's going to make you look goofy. I'm sorry, So, so everybody's got their thing, everybody's got the thing they're uncomfortable doing. But if we may always remember, the goal is to engage them, to bring them on board. That's what it's all about.